Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you a faction assault team for this Sea of Sorrow, which is literally unbeaten. But not just unbeaten in this faction, in literally any other faction you can use this team in. I am yet to taste defeat with this team, and I'm actually been nowhere near it, to be honest. Literally nowhere near it. It is a fantastic team and works absolutely superbly well. I showed it a couple of months ago. And I'm going to show it again now. So let's go to the shop first. If you've already got your horde level up to level 100 in the Sea of Sorrow, you will have a potion of enchantment stored. You can check that by looking in the underworld, but if you don't, you can grab it from here. Another cool thing to note is there is a new troop at tier 3. This is the Clam Lasher. Deals true damage to an enemy and removes all gems of one of their mana colours. Gains 9 armor when attacking delves, is stealthy so it cannot be targeted, and reduces damage from spells by 25%. So pretty handy. True damage is always a good thing. And at tier 4 there's a weapon I've been waiting for a while now. I don't have this one, but I will have today. Writhing Staff. Really good weapon. Deals scatter damage, creates 8 skulls, and entangle the first enemy. That is really good because when you create those 8 skulls, if they don't align, you've entangled the first enemy, so are safe from any instant retaliation. So what's this going to cost me? So 200 for tier 4, 120 for tier 3, that's 320, 380, 410. I've got a 409. How about that? That's not really a problem. Just open a few chests here and there. Definitely pick up the extra gems. The odd temptation of Dragonite here and there, and getting pets to level 20 is a big drain on gems, but I'll certainly be grabbing that. Let's grab this first tier now. May as well grab tier 2 as well while we're here. Right, now onto the team itself. Super easy team to use and just works absolutely fantastic. That is not the right weapon. We are going to swap that weapon for the Mighty Mang. As I say, I have shown this team a couple of times before, but if you've not seen it, it is absolutely super ultra crazy effective. And there are some adjustments you can do to it as well if you don't have two Charleston or Mang, and I'll show those in just a second. But the way this team works is Mang eliminates all armor from an enemy, then deals magic-based damage to them, and then you gain attack equal to the armor eliminated. What this basically means is the more powerful the enemy, the worse it gets for them, because on a lower level they're going to die anyway, and on the higher levels when they've got like extreme amount of attack, maybe even like 200, you're just going to have your attack wildly out of control. The idea is then you loop with Chalcedony, constantly creating an absolute ton of brown while dealing damage at the same time, and you can take any skull alignments which come along, or just wait for incidental skull drops and just smash the opposition. As well as that, we're going to be in Geomancer class, and it's super safe because we get rock solid. Gain a barrier when matching brown gems. Makes this super safe. We have a constant barrier at the same time. As I said, in not only this, but other delves as well, where you can use these mana colours. So you can use this team yet to have anywhere near a defeat on any level. It is really safe when used properly. The champion talents, we'll just check those in a second, make sure they are all accurate. But if you don't have Mang, there are alternatives. Earth's Fury is a similar way to go. It's not as good as Mang for this. It's a great weapon in its own right, but I prefer Mang for this. But it works in a similar sort of way. It eliminates all armor from an enemy and deals damage, then gives all allies 2 attack boosted by the armor eliminated. So the gain in armor isn't as huge as Mang, but it does have the benefit of if you lose Mang, say you somehow manage to do that, it's going to be unlucky if you do, because we get the, like I say, the barrier all the time in this, then your other allies are actually boosted in attack as well. So you have a backup there at the same time, which is kind of handy. As I said, the idea is you loop with Chalcedony on this team. It's boosted by all construct allies, that amount of brown we get, and that's literally all construct allies. If you don't have 2 Chalcedony, you're going to want to pop in another construct. And if you don't have 2 of her, I would pop in a tower. Now this is really cool. Not concerned about that spell, not in the slightest, but it's that 3rd trait. Inflict a random status effect on a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. Now when we're going to loop with Chalcedony, that is, remember, doing that every time we cast a spell, not when we start our turn or anything like that. So every single time we cast a spell and we're going to loop, then the enemy gets a bad status effect, which could be Death Mark, Entangle, Freeze, loads of stuff. It's going to be actually quite funny on the later levels when we get a few turns. Same deal for Zernabog. If you don't have a Zernabog, then chuck in the tower instead. And if you do have the other troops, like if you do have the what we got here, the Emperor, you could chuck that in there as well. That grants a random status effect to a random ally. So if you didn't have a second Chalcedony or a Zernabog, you could chuck in the Emperor and the tower, and every single spell you get with Chalcedony, every single cast, you're going to get a positive status effect to your team, while the enemy gets a bad one. That is going to be really powerful, but this is a really nice team the way it works here, simply because of Zernabog's 3rd trait. Conjure a dust storm when my turn begins. We'll occasionally may cast that spell if we don't get a blinding start, but generally there's absolutely no need to. Right, Geomancer class for this, as I said. Traits, all excellent, particularly the 2nd and 3rd ones. I'll just check the champion talents. Yep, that's good. None of these are actually relevant. Anti-magic sphere, yes. Tactician, absolutely. Rock solid, essential. Tree of knowledge can have that, but because stone mastery is obviously good, but we get so much brown from this, it's kind of unnecessary. So we'll have it enchant instead, and fortitude. Let's rock and roll. For an even quicker start to this, you can switch out Mang to a weapon that does damage to all. Something like Black Manacles is going to deal damage to all, and then just wipe out the opposition in one cast. That will be quicker than this. But this is the team I'm going to use just generally for the whole thing. It's going to be an absolute stroll through the woods, while not stepping in any funny stuff as we go through the woods. There's our potion of explosion. So you don't need to get Mang charged up at this point. You can just loop Chalcedony. Did I show the banner? I don't think I did. It was +2 brown, +1 purple, -1 yellow. Not bothered about Zernabog's spell, so don't care about the -1 yellow. But a +2 is good. Why is it on +1 purple? Oh, that was on the Black Manacles side of things. We'll adjust that next round. You can go around the other rooms collecting all the other stuff, building up the room treasure multiplier, but for the sake of the video I'm going to zip down to room 4, then straight across to the end of the level. It's Mythic Friday today as well, so after this video I'll be doing my video on that. It's my star sign one today, so that is nice. So hopefully it won't cost me too much. Hopefully get it nice and cheap, and hopefully you do too. Oh, I was daydreaming then. I was looking at the window waiting for the next turn to start, and there was a rebirth there or something. And that's the way it goes. Let's do this last boss. What I'll do this last boss, then I'll pause the video and jump forward a little bit and show how the team works on some later levels, and I guarantee you it'll be working just as well. You can use Mang now if you want to take out an enemy, build up our attack to absolutely guaranteed one-shot capability. This is super handy as well if you're a newer player. Doesn't matter what attack you start on, even if you're newer to the game, then by the time you've cast Mang a couple of times, which will happen quickly because of the way Charleston charges the team up, then you'll have crazy attack and be absolutely spanking your position. Right, I'm going to pause the video and come back in a few levels time. Right, I've jumped into the delve itself to show this team on a higher level. Let's jump in. Exactly the same team. No changes whatsoever, but the theory is absolutely exactly the same. And as I said in the previous fights, as the enemy gets more powerful, as they get more attack, it just gets worse and worse for them, basically. Literally, it's going to be more pain for them because they're boosting up our attack. Right, none of the colours there that I really want. Let's give Zernaborg a rare cast. Why not? Only thing to watch out for on these teams sometimes, and I'll mention this while I think of it, even though I don't think there's anybody here that does it, is look out for anybody that has a chance to devour or transform one of your troops into something else. They are the ones you're going to want to target first. And let's hit that one because they're nearly ready to cast, and we can take them out, stop them having any funny ideas about getting casted, having a cast. Plenty of attack. Any incidental skull drops are going to be absolutely lethal. Just like that. You can fine tune how much attack you get as well as the stage progresses. Obviously there's no need to keep on casting Mang when a single skull hit is plenty to kill the opponents. Just making sure there's no transform there anywhere. Let's give them a bash. Sharpstone is ready. Let's loop the loop. You can almost do this with your eyes closed. It's kind of crazy. It's your choice if you loop or use Mang again. Technically it's a little bit quicker to use Mang first, especially on the higher levels. Absolutely, definitely. You even end up with some unnecessarily high attack at some points, but it's still quicker than looping non-stop. Let's charge up the team. We'll now hit bang on not the top opponent, but somebody else who we haven't already bashed the armor off of. We'll get rid of them. 1 point. This is where having the second Charleston is handy, you see. Because you're better off leaving 4 matches like this, because the more brown on the board there are to start with, the more likely Charleston is to loop. Like I say, 320 attack. Any incidental skull drops is going to be absolutely lethal. Can take the armor first off Venoxia. That makes Charleston's job that wee bit quicker. And continue. And we keep on getting a barrier all the time. Every brown match we get a barrier. It's ludicrous. Keep on checking, because I'm sure one of these somewhere has either a devour chance. There's a troop which does turn up in this sometimes that can have a devour chance, or maybe even a transform chance, which you definitely don't want. Always good to chuck in a couple of mangs at the beginning. Pick on the opponent who you've already stripped the armor from. Then you can bash mang again on the next opponent who you haven't taken the armor away from yet. Making sure you get the highest attack possible. No need to do it now, but we just build just for the heck of it. Yeah, let's do it on the last one just for fun. You get 1000 attack on this really, really easy on the later levels. Claim rewards. Yeah, I'll probably make this the last one because it's really, really easy. and see how it works. When used properly, you're going to actually find it hard to get defeated, literally. We can even leave a skull hit, but we get a barrier every single time we get brown. We've got a barrier back now, we are completely safe. We can strip that armor with Mang, leave them that skull hit. It doesn't matter. Kill them, generate loads of brown, get a barrier again. You get the idea. It's super safe, crazy easy. And your attack goes nuts. Like I say, for fun, you can change Zernabog for the tower. Every single time we cast a spell, the enemy gets a negative status effect. Oh, was that the Mushroom Man dude? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yes. See, this is important. This Fungomancer thing here deals damage to an enemy, and if the enemy is diseased, there's a 50% chance, which is really high, literally 50-50 by pure coincidence, chance to transform them into a Mushroom Man, then disease them. So this is the sort of guy you want to take out absolutely first. So you're going to play it absolutely safe. We're going to get our Charles Donny up, target him. You can like play it safe at the moment and just hit that first. The other Charles Donny is charged up, so now we'll target the Mushroom dude, Geo Fungi Manky Mancer, whatever his name was. Looks a bit manky. Take him out of it, make sure there's no chance of being transformed. I know we gave him an extra turn then, but it's good to give him a bit of false hope. Pretty sure they don't do any kind of transforming, but they do have a chance of a devour. Again, another thing to look out for, really important, because there is going to be a lot of brown gems there. So really important to get rid of these two wonky-eyed creatures absolutely straight away. So we'll target Mang on them. Now, because Rock Troll is going to double the number of brown on the board, then create 3 brown gems, it's good to pick on those two wonky-eyed creatures absolutely straight away. I'm not even going to use Mang. I'm going to loop with Charles Donny, play it absolutely safe. It's only a couple of extra turns in reality. Maybe we can hit them with that skull hit, but it does have skull damage reduction, and I was too lazy to work out whether it was enough to kill it or not. Sometimes rather than sit there and do some mathematics and stuff like that, it's just quicker to just get some more brown, bash them with Charles Donny, carry on about your day. Right, probably make this the last one. How the team works is pretty straightforward, I think. As I said, absolutely unbeaten with me. Not just this delve, but all the others where you can use it as well. Practically unstoppable, this is. Literally unstoppable if used properly. Literally. Getting a barrier all the time. Our attack goes nuts. The higher the enemy gets in attack, the worse it gets for them. It just, yeah, it doesn't really make any difference being on a low level as compared to a high one. The only thing you have to watch out for, like I say, is those devour chances and chances to transform on certain enemies. But there it is, a really cool, easy team to use for the Sea of Sorrows. And this team works in other delves too. I'm back later on with my key opening, try and find the new mythic, because it is Mythic Friday. Hope you join me for that later on. But thanks for watching this one. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it or found anything useful. Bye for now.